I'm Paul Zigo, and this is Cinema for Cynics. Violence in video games. Somehow this excuse for America's problem of gun violence is making the rounds again. Trump is even hosting some panel of video game industry insiders to discuss the role of video game violence in relation to, I guess, the actual gun violence that's happening. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Paul is liberal and obviously going to be against this idea that video games are responsible for violence, but you'd be wrong. Games directly cause violence, and I can prove it. My evidence? 1994's Brainscan. The movie follows Michael Brauer. I'll let him introduce himself.
My name's Michael Brauer. I'm 16 and I'm scared to death. I'm not sure what this tape's gonna prove, but if I'm a killer, consider this my confession.
That's actually not the best intro. It should go more like, my name's John Connor, I'm 16 and I'm edgy as fuck. I'm not sure what this tape's gonna prove, but I don't care because nothing matters anyway. Michael is your stereotypical misunderstood 90s movie teen. He's a shut-in. He's into nerdy things like computers and horror movies and heavy metal, and of course, he's way better looking than an actual social outcast would ever be. There's some drama in his past. He lost his mother in a car accident that left him with a limp, and his dad is a total absentee father, always away on some business. I've got to say, Michael's bedroom is one of the sweetest fucking things I've ever seen. So his dad's not a total deadbeat. He's got this ultra cool computer setup, a chill area with comfy chairs and a badass widescreen CRT, his own kitchen and fridge, a kick-ass sound system for playing loud metal to drown out all the dark thoughts.
All right, try that. How about that, huh? How about that?
High-end camcorder setup with a view straight into his hot neighbor's bedroom. He's got it all, man. As a child of the 90s, I've got to say that this is what every dude wanted from a bedroom. The coolest thing Michael has is Igor, a personal digital assistant that responds to voice commands.
Igor, dial 1-800-555-FEAR.
Yes, master.
And Igor, no calls.
How is this so much cooler than Siri? Why can't I turn Siri into Igor? Can someone get on this? Siri, engage Igor mode.
Here's what I found on the web for engage Igor mode.
So disappointing. Anyway, Michael lives in attends high school in Mount View, a tiny affluent town somewhere USA. His only friend is this guy. You've probably met him. In fact, you've probably seen him a bunch of times in a bunch of different movies. He's 90s stoner bro.
Hey, Dick, I've been calling all day. Did you skip school?
No, I got mono.
That's harsh. Anything I can do?
Michael and the stoner bro have a horror club at their school that gets broken up by their totally bogus principal who just doesn't get it, man. The lack of an outlet leaves Michael and stoner bro bored, but not for long. Stoner Bro reads an article about Brainscan in an issue of Fangoria magazine. Brainscan is supposed to be the most realistic, twisted, gnarly, violent video game of all time. Michael, bored of creepily jerking off to candid videos of his neighbor changing her bra, jumps at the opportunity to try it, and our tale of woe, or I guess our tale of whoa, dude, begins. Michael plays the game, which hypnotizes you with flashing lights, I guess, and experiences a grisly, realistic murder firsthand, through the eyes of the killer. After the kill, he wakes up, sweaty as fuck in his chair, game complete. I'm pretty sure I, and most people, would collapse into a puking, blubbering mess after such a harrowing experience, but not Michael. Michael's just on a different level of hardcore. He loves it, and tackles the next day with a total spring in his step. Nothing like a good murder to brighten up your day. He even gets the confidence to actually try and talk to his hot neighbor. Wow. I mean, if he had horrible acne, I bet the murder would have cleared that up as well. The good times come to an abrupt end when Michael overhears news details about a grisly murder in the little town of Mount View. And you'll never believe it, but the details of that murder match the video game murder that Michael committed last night. Exactly. Yes, it's an obvious twist. Yes, you'll see it coming like a Mack truck on a straight road in broad daylight. Michael panics, and we're introduced to our villain, I guess. Isn't Michael the villain here? Oh, whatever. Meet the Trickster. I guess the Trickster is Brainscan's mascot character, kind of like Sonic the Plumber or whatever. What is Trickster actually? I guess he's supposed to be a demon, judging from this quote.
How did you get in here?
You invited me in. That's how it always works.
So, yeah, either a demon or a vampire, I guess. Don't you have to invite those in, too? Anyway, he shows up to tell Michael that despite his fear, he must play the game again. There was a witness, you see. A witness that Michael must eliminate if he hopes to get away with his crime. As all of this is going on, a detective is on the case, played by a younger Richard Nixon.
We are gonna make those motherfuckers choke!
And Michael immediately goes about making himself a suspect. I know he's supposed to be a 16-year-old kid, but damn is he dumb. Skipping school the day after the murder, skulking around behind the police tape at the murder scene in broad daylight, not once but twice, burning the clothes and shoes he wore during the murder at his own fireplace, burying the severed foot of his victim in a shallow hole in the woods. I mean, Michael is basically a walking episode of Forensic Files. Police received their first break in the case when a Mount View detective saw 16-year-old Michael Brauer, a local high school student, sneaking around the crime scene. He seemed agitated and jumpy when confronted, an immediate red flag for Detective Nixon. Anyway, after alienating himself from his only friend and his hot neighbor for fear of possibly involving them in his crimes, Michael plays the game a second time. This time, we aren't even treated to the murder scene. Michael just wakes up, unsure of what he's done. He stumbles to the freezer for a drink, only to find this bloody necklace. But this isn't just any bloody necklace. It's Stoner Bro's special stoner necklace. No! Stoner Bro was the witness! I mean, what a fucking missed opportunity. Why? Why would you choose to reveal a twist this way? Why not just show Michael killing his friend in the first person like you did before? How is that not better in every way than this lame-ass cop-out reveal? Boo, movie! Boo! Trickster shows up to tell Michael that he has to play the game one last time, that he left a footprint behind in a flower bed at Stoner Bro's murder scene. I guess these cops ain't as slick as we all thought, because they haven't found it yet. A day later, right under the window where the killer used to gain entry to the house. Whatever. The same night Michael plays Brainscan Level 3, Detective Dick Nixon organizes a neighborhood watch, or as I like to call it, a neighborhood lynch mob made up of Mount View residents who are all going to prowl around at night to look out for the killer. The detective warns them not to carry guns, but of course, none of them listen, and soon the quiet streets of Mount View look like fucking Mogadishu, as rednecks and mullet heads and whatever this guy is wander around with all kinds of ordnance. For the first time, we get to see Michael play the game in third person. He erases the footprint with his sleeve, but almost gets caught by his principal, who's out patrolling the streets with the rest of the Mount View vigilante mob. The principal gets crushed by a bunch of bricks as Michael struggles to escape him. To compound the body count further, one of the dipshits patrolling around with guns accidentally shoots another dipshit with a gun who's part of the mob because he thinks he's the killer. I think we all know how this turns out. Another slew of murders or accidental deaths in this case leads to yet another witness. This time, there's no suspense. The witness is Michael's hot neighbor who saw him limping home after the crime. Despite not wanting to kill the girl he loves, Michael, who's clearly a psychopath at this point, right, plays the game again. The detective's noose is tightening around Michael as he sneaks into his girl's bedroom to do the dirty deed. Before he can seal the deal, Trickster appears and reveals that he was just a dark part of Michael all along. Michael has indeed gone insane, at least according to the Trickster, who absorbs Michael right there in his hot neighbor's bedroom. I feel like this scene existed just to show off this CGI, which sucks. I mean, we all get it, right? Without seeing Michael literally combine with Trickster. I hate to even tell you how it all ends. I probably don't even need to. Michael tries to kill the girl. The detective hears her screaming and busts in and shoots him. And then Michael wakes up in his chair, having just completed the game. That's right. All of it. The entire movie since he first played has been in the game. What a terrible, predictable, lazy ending. As much as I might appreciate Brainscan for its unabashed 90s-ness, I can't recommend it to you. It's dull, it's lame, and it's all a dream anyway, just like life. You've got a life of your own, and it probably isn't as empty as this. Probably. Just don't watch it.
That's right, Paul's ego. You know what to do. Upload the video. Kill them all. And those of you watching, you also know what to do. Like this video, subscribe, comment below, and follow us on social media.